vibes. Did my twist today, 2 hours, 2 hours plus. I was just on a call. I said, listen, I got to go. Y'all said 30 minutes. 30 minutes passed and went. I got to go do my live. I got to go on live. Here we go on 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. One more. That's 3, 2, 1. God asked the child that he's playing with, could he ride his bike? And I saw a moment where he got like saddened because he wasn't able to push it like during the second round of breath, and it just fell off. um, and he like did he just like looked down like, oh, but if you want to figure something out and you only got yourself and source within you to figure it out, and you really want to do it, then you're gonna do it, right? You're gonna figure it out. So that's what happened, and it was great by third breath to see him rolling and doing it. Uh, oh, look, and we got some TikTok dancing over here. I just like, you're not supposed to be live at 5 on TikTok. Shout out to Bob Marley. Period. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, no, I don't celebrate holidays, but I was looking for some cookouts to get some food. Yeah, didn't happen. Walked to the restaurant that I like to get food at, and they were closed. Understandably so. Yeah. All right, here we go. Number 3. Desire to accomplish things the easy way with the sure aid of mental science. Number 4, you can build radiant health, success, and happiness by the thoughts you think in the hidden studio of your mind. Happy pocket full of money. Thank you, brother. Number 5, experiment scientifically until you personally prove that there is always a direct response from the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to your conscious thinking. Number 6, feel the joy and restfulness in foreseeing the certain accomplishment of your desire. Any mental picture which you have had, which you have in your mind, is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Now, in that book, Happy Pocket Full of Money, bro said, write at least, he said, write out the next 30 years what you want. And then what he said, like, start with like 100. No, I think he said start with like 500. Yeah, 500. But if you want to be really wealthy, something thousand. I don't remember and details, etc. And I'm just so excited to continue writing more of what I want. I've written out a lot about my 8 businesses and a couple of my homes and cars and islands, and I visualize people I've reached and being in a room full of millions and all that stuff. and the testimonies, the lives changed, etc. Uh, but yeah, just writing it all out more, just having a book that I just keep filling it up. He also said to, and I've heard this before, yeah, I haven't been doing it, so I'm glad it was brought back to mind. God, God, let's take that down off of the play structure. Um, I'm really excited to just write in detail and keep track of that. Oh yeah, and read my dream journals. I'm going to now have a dream overview on my weekly for the month of June. We're gonna add dream overview. And I haven't been writing my dreams much down, even though I know that's supportive. I had a dream today, last night. I had to like temp like technically I was attempting to hold their like just hold them at bay because they were trying to fight me. I was just like holding them. And then they weren't listening. So I just had to hold both their hands on one hand and wop, wop, wop them real quick. And then just like push them away. And then they came back attempting to get me in trouble. And it's like, you were the one who started it, you know? And there's proof. And, of course it was being recorded. So like, there was a video there. And it just reminded me of, what I'm going through. Okay, number 7. A mental picture is worth 1,000 words. Your subconscious will bring to pass any picture held in the mind, backed by faith. So the book brought this up as well because when you say, "Oh, I want $1 million," but all you're thinking about is $1 million, that's not giving your subconscious imagery. Like your subconscious wants to see what you're doing with $1 million, right? So when you visualize how happy and excited your sis is or your sisters, right? When you bliss their accounts and they're like, "Oh, thank you. Like, I cannot believe it. Like, I just covers groceries for the month and I don't have to worry about rent," or whatever the case is, right? And like the happiness they feel and the happiness you feel that you were able to support them in that way when you're driving around in your new car, when you're like not having to go to HRA, right? Because you just go ahead and send your checks out for your rent, no matter what it is. When you're booking your travel, when you're going with your sis in Kenya, so excited, Salome, to build your new business, right? Like when you give your mind more visuals, then it has something to get juiced up on and to bring forth to you versus just like $1 billion in the account. Okay. All right. Number 8, avoid all effort or mental coercion in prayer. Get into a sleepy, drowsy state and lull yourself to sleep, feeling and knowing that your prayer is answered. And God, mira, you're taking turns? I don't know this. I'm not seeing any turn taking. Does brother want to play? Does brother want to go back on his bike?
Not say that. No,
Okay. Number 9, remember that the thankful heart is always close to the riches of the universe. We already know. The attitude of gratitude is where the party's at. Number 10, to affirm is to state that it is so. And as you maintain this state of attitude, maintain this attitude of mind as true, regardless of evidence to the contrary, you will receive an answer to your prayer. Number 11, generate electronic waves of harmony, health, and peace by thinking of the love and the glory of Source, aka God, aka Allah, aka Buddha, aka Krishna, aka whatever you business. Number 12, what you decree and feel as true will come to pass. Decree harmony, health, peace, and abundance. The book was talking about today how many people just go about their lives and they're like going to work, not thinking about why they're going to work. Only thoughts to going to work is to pay their bills, right? Like I go to work and that's to have, money to eat, to pay bills, to go do what I want to do, buy what I want to buy, da da da. But no greater or grander vision, no greater or grander desires, no greater or grander like thought consciousness regarding what they want to bring forth in the world, what they want to have in the world, what they want their children or lineage to have, anything, right? So if that's you, uh, do so, right? Like change that up. Like sit down and think about what your goals actually are so that you and source within you can help guide you towards those goals, right? But if you never solidify and actually sit down with yourself to think about that, then how are you going to attain that? Yeah? Yeah. I'm loving the light. I'm loving the glow. Okay. That's so litty. Gelado's on the call late. Okay. In chapter 7. The tendency of the subconscious is lifeward. Over 90% of your mental life is subconscious. So men and women who fail to make use of this marvelous power live within very narrow limits. Oh yeah, gratitude for the word. Uh he also brought up in the book that abundance, excuse me, compromiso. What I said, why I started my 1,000-day meditation in August of last year, is to clear the limitations, right? Like source is always sending abundance, source is always sending joy, source is always sending peace, source is always sending love. If you're not feeling any of the things that source is, that's because you're turning away from source, right? You're turning away from God, you're turning away from love, you're turning away from peace, you're turning away from health, you're turning away from wealth. It's not source is turning away. Source can turn away if it wanted to. It is what source is. Now you and your human self and your ego and all these and your thoughts could choose to put limitations on that, put a ceiling, put a cap on that. And that's on you to uncap. Is delimitation a word? Unlimitation? Your subconscious processes are always lifeward and constructive because again, like why would source want to die? I mean, source comes to an end in different species and different humans. I feel like we'll know one day while go on with that because remember they say Shorties was living for thousands of years at one point in time, right? So ¿qué te pasa? ¿Qué te pasa? It is on the job 24 hours and oh, compromiso. Your subconscious is the builder of your body, right? Source is the builder of your body and maintains all its vital functions. It is on the job 24 hours a day and never sleeps, right? Your subconscious never sleeps, your spirit, your soul never sleeps, right? Just goes into different dimensions, different consciousnesses, different pathways. Yet your physical body is sleeping, but your spirit never sleeps. Your subconscious mind is in touch with infinite life and boundless wisdom, and its impulses and ideas are always lifeward. The great aspirations, inspirations, and visions for a grander and nobler life spring from the subconscious. Your profoundest convictions are those you cannot argue about rationally because they do not come from your conscious mind. They come from your subconscious mind. Your subconscious speaks to you in intuition, impulses, hunches, in intimations, urges, and ideas. And it is always telling you to rise, transcend, grow, right? We don't go through things, we grow through things, advance, adventure, and move forward to greater heights, right? Things are not expensive, they are expansive. If you believe that something is too expensive for you, that means you have not expanded yourself and your capacity to be able to allow the flow of abundance so that you are able to experience that thing in which you want. but it's not that it is a limitation, as you say, which is expensive, right? Because we are all infinite money, right? Because source is infinite. Where's the, oh, snap. I know you heard me. The urge to love, to save the lives of others, comes from the depths of your subconscious. For example, during the Great San Francisco earthquake and fire of April 18th, 1906, and invalids and I can't. The words that he's describing, people who experience themselves as invalids and cripples who have been confined to bed for long periods of time rose up and performed some of the most amazing feats of bravery and endurance. I mean, just sit on that and rotate, you know? This is Shorty's time to shine, you know? Came in up and out of them to come and support others, right? The intense desire welled up within them to save others at all costs, and their subconscious responded accordingly.
Say your turn, Ben. It's your turn.
Mira, God, that is his bike. So when he says it's his turn at all times. Oh, I hear ya. When it's your property, when it's your belonging, then you have that ownership to make those rules. Hmm. Great artists, musicians, poets, speakers, and writers tune in with their subconscious powers and become animated and inspired. I just want to pause real quick. Like, I don't attempt to limit God too much because, like, he's very commanding, which I love. He's very outspoken. He's very open to being in charge. He's very like leader mentality and energy. And I just love a balance to that because there's justice. There is, consideration. There is understanding the rules of, life, which, you choose. And you know, I'm saying wagwan when it comes to uh the way that you operate with other people and other people's belongings, same as your own and your own belongings. I don't force him to share. I don't force him to, do anything that goes outside of his desire for the most part. Now he's learned in the beginning when it was time to learn sharing, right? Like, you get a turn, another person gets a turn, right? And I like just to get those concepts in his mind, and then yet ultimately what's yours is yours. And if you really do not feel like sharing, you do not have to, right? I am not forcing you to give something that you don't really feel like doing, you know? And again, oftentimes he does feel like sharing because he does want to play with the other person, right? Yeah, and he got you understand that too, that hey, sometimes if you choose not to share, then that person will choose not to play with you. Like, like cause and effect. Um, but yeah, sovereign parenting, conscious parenting. My books are out, my ebooks are out, mocha medicine.com / sacred shop. Dame un momento. I knew that wasn't God's cry, but I thought it was the other baby's cry, the other young boy's cry, but it wasn't. It was someone far in the other side playing. Getting a little darker, so he's about to come around this side. We about to leave. Okay, here we go. Great artists, musicians, poets, speakers, and writers tune in with their subconscious powers and become animated and inspired. For example, Robert Louis Stevenson, before he went to sleep, used to charge his subconscious with the task of evolving stories for him while he slept. He was accustomed to ask his subconscious to give him a good, marketable thriller when his bank account was low. And you know what? Shout out to this reminder too, because I have been wanting to command and instruct my subconscious to do things um, on my behalf before sleep instead of just programming it with what I want. Um, I should need to like tell it, given a specific task. He was accustomed to ask his subconscious. Oh, yeah. Stevenson said that the intelligence of his deeper mind gave him the story piece by piece, like a serial. This shows how your subconscious will speak lofty and wise sayings through you, which your conscious mind knows nothing about. Mark Twain confided to the world on many occasions that he never worked in his life. All his humor and all his great writings were due to the fact that he taped the inexhaustible reservoir of his subconscious mind. All right, last segment. Oh, it would have been great to have the other chapter to finish, but it's so small. I mean, the other page. I didn't take a picture. I didn't notice that. All right. How the body portrays the workings of the mind. Let me close my jacket. So God to get his jacket back on too. The interaction of your conscious and subconscious mind requires a similar interaction between the corresponding systems, the system of nerves. Love it. I'm talking about the nervous system here. You know, it's one of my favorite systems. The cerebral spinal system is the organ of the conscious mind. Okay. And the sympathetic system is the organ of the subconscious mind. The sympathetic system and the parasympathetic system is the nervous system. The cerebral spinal system is a channel through which you receive conscious perception by means of your five physical senses and exercise control over the movement of your body.
Time to go.
Very soon, in a few minutes.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. See, Papa coming up and they're about to leave too.
Mm.
Mhm. Oh. This system has its nerves in the brain. You ready to get Brother Boom? Yeah.
I want to boom anyone.
Okay.
All I want to do
So
is
great
hang
playing.
out.
Great, great. Take care. Thanks so much for playing and sharing your bike. Thank you, Papa, for helping when my son fell.
I want, I want to go to swing and start me up. But I need something that glows. Do you have anything like glow sticks or a flashlight?
No, we didn't bring.
Oh man, I want to have something that glows.
We start you up.
Hey, coming.
Gratitude, the prayer of attitude of gratitude. Yes. Waste my breath of life. All right. I'm not gonna even affirm what's on my mind right now. I'm just gonna stay focused, okay? Because ooh, Shorty's getting me pissed in a segundo. Let me pray. Let me pray for the asses. Nah. Okay. This system, okay, so the cerebral spinal fluid, right? Your spine, from your brain to your spine is the channel, and your spine too is what has your biggest nerve, your nervous system runs through there too. Longest nerve in the body. The cerebral spinal system is the channel through which you receive conscious perception by means of your five physical senses and exercise control over the movement of your body. This system has its nerves in the brain, and it is the channel of your volitional and conscious mental action. The sympathetic system sometimes referred to as the involuntary nervous system, has its center in a ganglionic mass at the back of the stomach known as the solar plexus. Wow, which makes sense is why it's so important to work on that core, yo. And it's sometimes spoken of as the abdominal brain. It is the channel of that mental action which unconsciously supports the vital functions of the body. Your will power is housed in that solar plexus, in that core area, digestive area, that whole area. The two systems may work separately or synchronously. Judge Thomas Troward, okay, and they're putting a little 5 number there to bring us down there. The Edinburgh Lectures on Mental Science says the vagus nerve passes out of the cerebral region as a portion of the voluntary system, and through it we control the vocal organs. That's why humming is such a great soother for the vagus nerve, which means it's such a great soother to help you relax and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic system, okay. Then it passes onward to the thorax, sending out branches to the heart and lungs. Finally, passing the diaphragm, it loses the outer coating, which distinguishes the nerves of the voluntary system and becomes identified with those of the sympathetic system. So, forming a connecting link between the two and making the man physically a single entity, or the human, HUEMAN, physically a single entity. Similarly, different areas of the brain indicate their connection with the objective and subjective activities of the mind, respectively. And speaking in a general way, we may assign the frontal portion of the brain to the former and the posterior portion to the latter, while the intermediate portion partakes of the character of both. Need to sit on that and rotate a couple times, or me to get that fully. A rather simple way of looking at the mental and physical yes, give us a simple way of looking at the mental and physical reaction. What I was just telling everybody, psychosomatic. Since we were reading yesterday, it's just like been on my mind more and more and more. Psychosomatic, mind, body, right? Those are the gateways to help us connect, yo. A rather simple way of looking at the mental and physical interaction is to realize that your conscious mind grasps an idea, which induces a corresponding vibration in your voluntary system of nerves. Ooh, this in turn causes a similar current. And then that's the next page for tomorrow. Good night. Hello, God. Ready to go? Y'all, this has been great. You want to take some breaths before we go? No? Here we go on 3, 2, 1. One, two,
3.
let's hum on the way out.
That's your roaring.
And I'm down for the roar for the last one, like God just introduced to us. Uno, dos,
Wait, I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 4.
cuatro. Ayúdame.
Got you. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Ah.
That pinched me a bit.
Oh, that's my nails. And my nails get you. ¿Tú quieres your jaqueta? You want to wear your jacket? I mean, you want your jacket?
And no.
And now, okay, peace, love, power, and purpose. All right.
I use it
We outside and we going inside. We be inside.
the whole universe.
Mm.
Oh, and look.
As within, so without, as above, so below. Ooh.
I think
La
that's
luna.
Luna.
La luna.